Hey everyone, welcome to February 19th edition of Strings Attached at Home. Thanks for tuning in today. There are a couple of pieces of business. Karen will not be live with me today. We live in Texas, and you probably know about what's going on in Texas. And so I'm going to be presenting a From the Vault show today. I'll be here live, and this is a chance for us to get to know each other more. A lot of you folks are new to Strings Attached, and this is your chance to ask questions, to learn a little bit more about Strings Attached and what we're about and kind of music that we do. I know, Jan, you're out there in Australia, down under, and where it's much warmer than it is here, but we just got out of 5 days of snow, so our house is a bit chaotic. So we had a couple of family members over here sheltering with us, and we were lucky, and our electricity and water never really went out. So we're one of the lucky ones, but we have a full house and it's a bit chaotic. So today's show is going to be a fun show. Mainly, we're calling it Strings Attached from the Vault. And we're going to feature some Western swing music. We're going to have questions and answers. So first, while you're just coming into the show, as I always like to know, is where are you watching from? What is your beverage of choice right now? And I'm going to get some music going here in the background. That was some music, by the way, from my album called Real Life that came out in 1993. And let me get it going over here. Yeah. So today is a bit of a jazz show, but we'll have our usual this date in music history, and consider a real interactive show where we can just, again, you ask me anything, we can talk about music, life, the meaning of life, art. How do you listen to music now? Does anybody still listen to albums anymore? These are the questions I've wanted to ask. So first of all, again, type in the comments below. Let me know, where are you watching this from? Are you super disappointed that Karen isn't here today? And welcome to Strings Attached at Home. We're going to play some great music. We're going to have some great conversations. I'm looking over at the comments right now. I see Raymond's here and Jan is here. And we're listening to some of my original music right now. Today is a slightly jazz-oriented show. I've got my violin, so I will be playing some violin live on the show. But first, we're going to start off with this day in music history. That's right. What happened on February 19th? Does anybody know? In 1942, Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra recorded I'll Take Tallulah, and it features Buddy Rich on the drums and Eleanor Powell tap dancing. And I love going back into history, music history, and digging up these amazing treasure troves of music that are fun to revisit. So this, I've never seen this movie before, but it features Tommy Dorsey Band and their composition that they recorded in 1942. We're going to go ahead and play this on the screen, and it features a very young Buddy Rich. Now, for those of you that have watched the movie Whiplash, anybody seen the movie Whiplash, where it shows a jazz band director who's extremely hard driving? He's kind of, that character is a takeoff on the drummer Buddy Rich, who drove his band members just insane with his hard driving, crazy, demanding ways. But in a way, there was sort of like this competitive nature around that kind of jazz, and so I highly recommend the movie Whiplash. It's a little bit overdone, like, it's a little all over the edge. It's not exactly highly accurate in a lot of things, but you get to see Buddy Rich in this quick clip here that I'm going to play for you. And this tune was recorded again 1942. Let's take a little listen to I'll Take Tallulah. Enjoy that, and I'll be right back with more music as soon as I get this. Bear with me here, sharing the screen. Check it out.
The chorus.
Have you met Dolores?
Yes, I've met Dolores.
She's queen of the chorus.
Well, you can have the chorus.
Have you met Olivia?
Solid chick, Olivia.
Her I'd gladly give you.
Throw her in the riviera.
Who's your queen of ruler?
Tallulah. Oh, that gal Tallulah.
He's Tallulah's fooler.
I would fight a dueler.
Tallulah's got him schooler.
I would climb a hill,
Just like Jack and Jilla.
paddle to Brazilla.
Oh, this is getting silly.
'Cause I love her true love.
Oh,
Tallulah.
when she starts on the conga, why, Madame Lasanga is fricassee.
No one doing the hula can do what Tallulah can do to me. I have met Fatima.
Fatima is a schemer.
I have met Marquita.
Marquita is a cheater.
I have met Jemima.
She's a social climber.
I have met Ophelia.
She will double deal you.
For one who loved me true love, I'll take Tallulah.
All right, so that's I'll Take Tallulah, recorded on this day in 1942, and that was a young Buddy Rich. Really interesting to see him chewing gum while he's playing the drums, something that would be totally not cool, in a normal performance. So it's good to see that we've got Sailor has joined us right here in Austin. We've got, who else have we got here? Audrey's here, and I'm wondering if Rebecca's here. Again, Karen isn't here today. We are taking a break after 5 days of snow in Austin, Texas, and our power for most of Texans being down. So I'm just doing a live from the vault show. And my first question to everybody is, who still listens to albums? Who still enjoys albums? Like, here are some albums that we're going to be playing music from today. This is House of Wills, and I'm going to play some music from this. One of the things that I always enjoyed about an album, especially a record album, it was so big that you could listen to the music and look at the pictures and imagine the people and really feel like you got to know them by the artwork and by reading the liner notes, And even though I'm a musician, I don't listen to albums as much anymore. And I still have these records, this is one of mine right here. These are all of my albums. And I'm just wondering if I have this idea of doing a listening party online where we all get together and I pick out an album and we all listen through it from the top to the bottom. There's so much, like, music is just, it's so accessible and easy that we don't really sit down and just commit to hearing an album all the way through. When I had a CD player in the car, I would love just driving my kids around, to different activities and taking them to school. And I'd always have a new album in the car and I could really listen through it and go off into that world as I was driving and really feel like I could develop a relationship with the music. So, I want to know who thinks it would be a great idea to do an album listening party live on here. And it'd have to be albums that I could play that they wouldn't block on Facebook. But that's an idea I've had. I've wanted to check with you. And so for those of you, like, if you do listen to albums or you miss listening to an album, they're sitting down in your room, committing to that, not doing anything else, not multitasking. What are some albums and experiences that you remember from your childhood or from the recent history of really just getting away. This is obviously probably pre-cell phone, pre-internet for a lot of you. This would be a very common pastime. Matter of fact, with my mentor, my violin mentor, we would sit and listen to entire symphonies in the room, and we would just sit in the room and do nothing but that. And we would go, oh my God, that was so amazing, as we were listening to the music. So with that in mind, who hope everybody's still here, tuning in, checking the comments here. Hey, Jan, how's it going? I'm going to go down and play something from our House of Wills recording. So this album, and this artwork was done by a real human being in North Carolina. Hand drawn, hand everything. This is a picture of me. Oh, I don't have my hat with me. I was going to have the hat, but this was, I put this out a few years ago, and Strings Attached is more like a collection of musicians that I put together depending on the project. And this project was suggested by a good friend of mine named Mimi Alador, who said, Will, you should do the music, you should do Western swing music, and you should do Willie Nelson. And I said, well, how about if we put both of them together? So I did Willie Nelson songs in the style of Western swing. And it's something that's always attracted to me, Western swing music, because like that Tommy Dorsey, it's simple. Their melodies can be simple and singable, but the arrangements can be so colorful and complicated and artful and challenging to the musicians and have virtuosity. So there's so much to like. You've got the popular elements that people can hook onto, be able to sing the melodies, but the musicians are challenged with their musicianship. So Western swing always appealed to me. I felt like it was something I wanted to do. So we're going to play a cut from that. We'll start off with let's start off with something up-tempo, shall we? Something in the swing vein that sort of dovetails off of what we just heard. Yeah. This is called Corinne Carina. And by the way, we took this project to France and got to play at a rodeo, which was so much fun, and people line danced. It was really cool seeing all the French folks line dance to this music. And one of the unique things about this group that I tried to do a little different was that there are no drums on this. So it's cello, trumpet, upright bass, vocals, mandolin, violin. So there's a lot of harmony vocals on this one. There is, rhythm guitar, upright bass. It's, listen for that slapping bass, because that provides a lot of the rhythm that you might think is missing with the drums. But it's so pleasing because we could take this band and we could play without any amplification, completely acoustic in a beautiful room, and fill it up, and people would be just blown away of how rich the sound was. Have you ever heard a trumpet and a violin and a cello playing in harmony before? Well, this is what this sounds like. Here we go. This is Corinne Carina from my album called House of Wills. Let's make it all full here.
Where you been so long? Corina, where you been so long? I ain't had no loving since you've been gone. Corina, where'd you stay last night? Corina, where'd you stay last night? You come home this morning, sun shining bright. I left Corina far across the sea. She wouldn't write me no letter, she wouldn't talk to me. Corina, I bid you fare thee well. Corina, I bid you fare thee well. When I'll be back here, nobody can tell. of mine. Well, you got me walking just to keep from crying. I love Corrina, tell the world I do. I love Corrina, tell the world I do. Just a little more loving, let your heart be true. Corrina, where you been so long? Corrina, where you been so long? I ain't had no loving since you've been gone.
How about now? Yes, now we're back. Okay. So that was from this album, House of Wills. This is a different setup than I usually do for our show. And I'll have all the links in the description after the show. But you can get this. How about now? Yes. There we go. Okay. So that was from this album, House of Wills. So, yep, we're missing Karen tonight. We're celebrating songs from the vault tonight. And talking about the possibility of an album party where we'd all get together. I love some of the responses here. Two of my favorite albums were Blue Magoo's Electric Comic Book and Herman's Hermits. I don't know those at all. Might be fun to have a poll for that. So tonight we're live from Austin, Texas. Your tips are greatly appreciated at live.stringsattached.org. Is my thing not working now again? Check, it is working. Is it working? Okay, let me get this back up here. So we're going to hear something now that's a little slower from the House of Wills album. Isn't that beautiful artwork? There's a little caricature of each of us on the back of that. So gorgeous. And it's got great liner notes. This is something you can buy at our store, by the way. And the way you get to the store is stringsattached.org. And click on store up on the right-hand side. Some of the other things we're going to play for tonight, we're going to play something from this album that came out in 2005. This is called Collaborations. But right now I'm going to play one of the first duets I did with Karen. It's called Home Motel. And we recorded it right here in our home. And I hope you like it. And I appreciate everyone's patience with the electronics tonight. Here we go. This is called Home Motel. It's a Willie Nelson song. And I think you'll love it. Bear with me. Here we go. Enter full screen.
What used to be my home has changed to just a place to stay. A crumbling last resort when day is through. Sometime between sundown and dawn, somehow I find my
Okay, guys,
way.
hang on. I'll be right back. We're having trouble.
to my home motel on
Should be working now.
Lost Love Avenue. The rooms are all in shambles.
Hang on. I do not know why this is not working. I apologize. All right. Let's see what the deal is. I got signal right here. Says I have signal, but I'm not hearing anything through the... Can you guys hear? Still no. All right. These headphones are broken, I think. You'd think I'd never done this before. This is hilarious. Oh, still not hearing anything there. These headphones are broken, I think. Okay, let's try that again. Here we go again. I've never done this before. This is hilarious. Home Motel from the top. Oh, still not hearing anything there.
What used to be my home has changed to just a place to stay. A crumbling last resort when day is through. Sometime between sundown and dawn, somehow I find my way to my home motel on Lost Love Avenue. The rooms are all in shambles, things are scattered on the floor. Just the other side of how much I need you. I call your name and then remember that you don't live here anymore. In my home motel on Lost Love to really care if I come here at all. And the one who seems to care the least is you. I'm gonna hang a neon sign in letters big and blue. Home motel on Lost Love Avenue. and the one who seems to care the least is you. I'm gonna hang a neon sign in letters big and blue, saying home motel on Lost Love Avenue.
Isn't that lovely? That is filmed right here in our neighborhood and in our home. In 2009, we recorded that. One of the first duets ever that I did with Karen, very early on in our partnership. And that's a beautiful song by Willie Nelson. The album that is on, Bob Wills wrote the liner notes. And this is a song from our album, House of Wills, Songs of Willie Nelson. And kind of a topic of today is who listens to albums anymore. I have to say that I don't find myself listening to albums, but I sure miss it. I sure miss, sort of committing to a group of songs and committing to that experience, to sit down in a room and just give my love and attention to one artist. It seems really to be an endangered activity right now, wouldn't you say? And how, great is it to just do one thing and sit in a room with friends or love and let those tunes wash over you like we're doing tonight. So it's great to have everybody here tonight, and thanks for putting up with the snafus with the equipment, because we've had a crazy, crazy week here. We're just on the other end of 5 days of crazy weather, no electricity, no water. Our electricity and water stayed on miraculously, but most Texans have had, I think it's like 60% have had issues all week, and the power grid almost went down. So I'm sure you've heard of this, but we are enjoying music tonight, and Karen is not with us tonight, but we will be back next Friday. I'd like to play something now that is an original of Karen's that is in a Western swing vein, but it's featuring a full string orchestra. It's a project that I put together in 2017 with some great musicians from the local symphony and we have Mom in the back there. We did this on a bridge. It was just an amazing project to put together. It had a lot of volunteers, a lot of people to help make it happen. We recorded it, and it's something we're going to release as a film and a full album. Speaking of albums, so it's Strings on a Bridge. Here's a cut called Waiting for the Rain. It's Karen Mall's original song, which I arranged to sound kind of a Western swing jazz version of the song. So here, let's open it up. And let's get the sound up again here. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you want to make a tip, the virtual tip jar is live.stringsattached.org. We appreciate your support. We offer all of our content free, but your support is greatly appreciated because we do this for a living. It's not a hobby, and so we depend on our patrons. We have many patrons, people like Rebecca Gilmore. If you're watching, thank you so much. And if you want to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/Will Taylor. Or if you want to just make a one-time donation, to be so appreciated tonight at live.stringsattached.org. It's kind of like your local public radio station or public TV station in America. It's free to watch, but it still costs money for us to be able to pay our bills. This is what we do for a living, to give the music out to the community. You help us make more music by being a patron or supporting us with a one-time donation, live.stringsattached.org. Here is Karen Mall with a live orchestra on a bridge and myself, called Waiting for the Rain. Hope you enjoy it.
It's dark in here. It smells like dirt. I'm breaking open, but it doesn't hurt. I'm pushing up unfold. While underground, my roots take hold. A lot of rain, oh, a field of mud. I think I've made a tiny bud. Don't know what's to come. I'm living for today, reaching for the sun and waiting for the rain. I'm feeding bees, I'm turning heads. My petals are the brightest red. A little pinch, a smiling face. I'm standing in a crystal vase. Don't know what's to come. I'm living for today, reaching for the sun and waiting for the rain. Now I'm so tired of standing tall. I can hardly lift my drooping head at all. A stroke of luck, I'm bound for sleep, relaxing on this compost heap. Don't know what's to come. I'm living for today, reaching for the sun and waiting for the rain. Oh, I don't know what's to come. I'm just living for today, reaching for the sun, and I'm just waiting for the rain. I'm waiting for the rain, waiting for the rain.
All right, a song
Hey
by...
everybody, how's it going? Thanks for watching our...
Let me turn that off. Song by Caramal and Laurie McLean that we recorded in 2017 on a bridge in Austin, Texas, over the Colorado River. It was so much fun. And we're speaking of albums today. That song is not on an album yet, but it will be on an album called Strings on a Bridge. That will also be a live concert recording. So we're looking forward to releasing that soon as the world ending stops, right? So it's good to see. I noticed that we had Teresa's here, Laurie's here, one of the co-writers of that song. Mark Lippert, thanks for joining us. We also have Dorcas Wood. Thank Dorcas. Thank you so much, Dorcas. And appreciate y'all putting up with the electronic difficulties tonight. We're celebrating albums, and of course, Keith and Gail, love to have you here every week. It's so great to see you. We appreciate your tips and your donations to help keep the show and keep our lives, running, and it really means a lot to us. Really, really means the world to us. I'm going to play something else from our album House of Wills, which is being featured tonight. And this is Sitting on Top of the World, a classic Western swing blues oriented song. There's so much blues in Western swing. You can't go wrong with the blues, right? 3 chords and the truth, as they say, because the blues is basically 3 chords, 3 different sections. So it's 3 chords and the truth. There's a few more chords in here than 3, but it's basically 3 chords. I hope you enjoy it. It is Sitting on Top of the World, featuring Karen Mall on vocals and a great arrangement by somebody that you may know, and a violin, and a trumpet, and a cello, and upright bass. It's just so organic and so luscious. Let's keep the comments coming. I'm reading the comments in there, and we'll keep playing music for Strings Attached at Home tonight. Karen will be back next week. We are recovering from our snow week, and here I am doing the show, as we like to do every week. So here's Sitting on Top of the World. Let me get this set, share. Here we go. Full screen. Hit it. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Was in the spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me. Lord, he went away, and now he's gone. But I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. He called me up from El Paso. He said, come back, darling, 'cause I need you so. And now he's gone, but I don't worry, I'm sitting on top of the world. Don't like my peaches, don't shake my tree. Stay out of my orchard and let my peaches be. And now he's gone, but I don't worry, because I'm sitting on top.
Well, that was Sitting on Top of the World. I didn't realize it was going to end early like that. But welcome to Strings Attached at Home. We're playing from the vault tonight. I'm Will Taylor, violinist, and we are going to play another song, a complete song from the House of Will's album that we're featuring tonight, right here, which is available from our store, stringsattached.org. Click on Store, and we'll send you a signed copy. This is just beautiful artwork and a story, and the CD looks like an album. You know, you could just buy this as a way of supporting us. By the way, if you make a tip of $20 or more tonight, you get bonus surprise items in your mail. $20 or more. $35, you get 2 bonus items. It might be this. Who knows? If you make a tip at live.stringsattached.org, virtual tip jar. We're going to play Nightlife now. I love this tune, Nightlife. Willie Nelson originally sold this song to an electric mandolinist named Paul Buzzkirk for $50. And Paul Buzzkirk gave him the rights to the song back as a gift back to Willie, I think when he was in hard times. It's great that we still have Willie with us, and this is a great, great tune because it describes the life of a jazz musician, a nightclub musician, right? The nightlife, it ain't no life, but it's my life. Check it out. It's definitely got a lot of blues, and I think you'll love the arrangement on this. And it's from our House of Will's album. And this is an entire song, so sit back and relax and enjoy Nightlife.
bills. You guys okay with that? Yeah, sure. With interest. We're gonna stretch the formula a little bit. You don't mind if we don't do all really don't do songs. We're gonna do a lovely song.
Oh, guys, I got the wrong one downloaded. Hold on a second. I need to take that out of there. Hang on. Nightlife. Where is Nightlife? Okay, well, we are going to play Looking for a Place to Fall Apart instead. Here's another one from our album. And hopefully this one will work fine.
Probably never see you eye to eye again. This letter's meant to be my last farewell. But you need to understand I'm nearly crazy. You need to know my life has gone to hell.
Write me back and tell me why it ended. Send a letter, I can show my heart. I'll be somewhere between I love you and what you're feeling now. Looking for a place to fall apart.
Looking for a place to fall apart. Trying to find a place where I can leave my heart. I need to be somewhere hiding when I feel the teardrops start. Looking for a place to fall apart.
I can't seem to justify your leaving me. I'm bewildered as to how it all went down. I thought everything was fine until your phone call. The call that turned my world around.
Send me word and tell me why it ended. I need some final proof to show my heart. And I'll be somewhere between I love you and what you're feeling now. Looking for a place to fall apart. Looking for a place to fall apart. Trying to find a place where I can leave my heart. I need to be somewhere hiding when I feel the teardrops start. Looking for a place to fall apart. Looking for a place to fall apart.
Isn't that sweet?
Hey, my name is Will Taylor. I am leader of...
Turn that down. That was a little pitch for the Kickstarter for that album that we did 2011. Looking for a place to fall apart. I just love that line, you know, when you've got some news, your relationship's breaking up, but you're holding it in, and you're trying to find a place, like maybe in the car or back at your home motel, where you can, you know, release all the emotions in a flood, but privately, right? I think the song is a great song, and that's from our House of Wills recording. That features Steve Carter and Karen Moll singing vocals. And one of you mentioned in the comments there that it's what a cool way to record. And yeah, you know, one thing I want to mention is that we recorded that intentionally, like they used to do recordings in the old days, which is we'd have 1 or 2 mics, and everybody would be in the room placed around the microphone, and they would adjust the musicians. And it's more like how I like to hear music and how classical music is recorded. It's not that way in Nashville now. Unless they do a recording project that is specifically like this, most pop music, country music, even folk music is recorded with all the musicians separate in separate rooms, so that all of the sounds can be separated and put into the mixer. And they want to do this because everybody's under the pressure of trying to make it sound like it should sound for radio, because everybody wants to get on the radio. And I've had fallen prey to this too. But, you know, I'm not saying that there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but I think there's something about having the musicians in the room together where you can hear the cumulative sound that you're making. When you do the recordings like they do in Nashville now, everybody's wearing headphones. You don't really get a sense of the sound being all in the same room and intermixing. And that's something I've always felt was really odd and weird. I understand it from a technical standpoint. They're trying to set certain standards, you know, but like a lot of the music I love, musicians were in the same room, and we don't listen to that and go, oh, that sounded bad. You know, the Beatles recorded a lot of the music in the same room. Classical musicians record all in the same room. So if you notice from these videos, we are all in the living room recording, and it sounds pretty good. I think the main thing that matters is that you can hear everything well. You can hear the acoustics, you can hear, and you can see the smiles, and you can see us interacting. And so the point I was trying to do was to capture that, to capture the heart in the room. And if we're all separated in different booths and things, it makes it much harder. It's more like a virtual experience. You know, you're like listening in your headphones and you're just in your heads, and you know, it's not like we're all in the same room. So this album right here, we recorded it, most of it, all the basic tracks with the bass, guitar, fiddle, everything in the same room. And I want to play you a cut where you can see that. So what you see is what you hear. And I want to pull up the Nightlife next, okay? Bear with me while I pull it up. Nightlife, Will Taylor, and Strings Attached. How's everybody doing tonight? If you want to make a tip, there is a virtual tip jar, live.stringsattached.org, or you could use Venmo. Just send it to Strings Attached. It's going to come on here with a promotion. All right, here's the great tune Nightlife, and you can see we are all in the room together. And if you put headphones on, I think it sounds pretty darn good. I don't think it's like low recording quality whatsoever. And a lot of the music that we love was recorded this way. It wasn't recorded with all the musicians being in separate spaces with headphones on. So I hope you enjoy Nightlife. It ain't my life. Oh, I'm sorry. It ain't good life, but it's my life. Let's make sure we've got all our circuits hooked up here in our virtual world. Share. It's great to have all of you here. We love you so much. We miss you. We had an amazing week of snow. Here's Nightlife.
When the evening sun goes down, you will find me hanging round. The nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. Lots of people just like me, thinking about their that nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. Listen to the blues that they're playing. Listen to what the blues are saying. Life is just another scene in this world of broken dreams. Oh, that nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. Listen to the blues that they're playing. Oh, listen to what the blues are saying. Life is just another scene in this world of broken dreams. Oh, that nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life.
The nightlife ain't no life, but it's my life. Love that song. And there's all these surprises. Oh my God. Stop. Excuse me. Oh gosh. Excuse me, guys. It's going crazy. It was going to the next video. All right. Teresa says that she thinks we should start a strings attached TV series. Well, that's what this is. Just watching you guys live in here is refreshing, not the fake reality shows. You are all just naturally real to me, especially you, Will. You seem so at ease behind the camera. Yes, the hour is almost over, and I really appreciate that because, my gosh, the amount of different reactions I get to our music and what I do. If I followed all of the naysayers, if I followed all the negative comments, I just wouldn't be doing this. So it's nice to know there are people that resonate with what we do and believe in what we do after all these decades later. I'm going to end the show here, Strings Attached at Home, with a song that is not anything to do with Western Swing. Once again, we are featuring tonight the album House of Wills, and we're celebrating the album format. The idea of a collection of tunes where you sit down and you commit to an hour of listening. This is something I'd like to do, and love to hear your comments below, is to have an online live listening party. Wouldn't that be fun? We get together and we can make comments. You're like, oh, check out that bass line, or what about that lyric, and things like that. Wouldn't that be fun to do in this pandemic era that we live in, right? Yeah. So we're celebrating House of Wills. That's what we've been listening to so far. And you can get a copy of this by making a $20 or more tip tonight. I will send you a copy. If you make a $35 or more tip, I will send you 2 CDs. That's right. But you have to go to live.stringsattached.org, scroll down where it says donate with a bonus. Once again, 2 surprise CDs. One will be House of Wills, and the other, who knows? If you make a donation of $35 or more, if you make a $20 donation, you get 1 CD. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I sure appreciate every single one of you and this Friends Attached community. I'm looking at a cat here. It's my daughter's cat that's just spending their time over in this room during the power outages that were in their home. So this is, we're going to end the show with a concert I did with Shawn Colvin in 2004. Shawn Colvin is one of my songwriting heroes. I'm not a songwriter, but I love her. I've always loved her music for many years. She lives right here in Austin. She won the Grammy Best Album of the Year in 1998. Is just an amazing songwriter. This is her doing a cover of the Talking Heads song, I'm Being Distracted by a Cat. It's about to walk here in front of me. Okay. This is the Talking Heads song, Naive Melody. Very differently done, very, very different arrangement. Steve Zorkel on the trumpet, and this is in a beautiful church called St. David's Episcopal Church in downtown Austin with beautiful acoustics. We filmed the whole show. This is one song from the show. And a funny thing to note about it is that right at the top, Shawn forgot to plug in her guitar. So you'll hear a little because the sound man ran up and plugged in her guitar for her, and she smiled. So take a look at that. This is This Must Be the Place, Naive Melody, featuring Shawn Colvin with my band, Strings Attached, from the year 2004. This has been a great show. Actually, I shouldn't say this has been a great show. I should say, do you think this has been a great show? This has been a fun time playing these songs and communicating with you over the chat. And I'll be here. Eric, how's it going? Good to see you. Teresa, good to see you. I will be hanging out a little bit after this and checking out the comments and hope to connect with you. We'll be back next week. Enjoy the last song. Here we go. Let me get it set up here. Full screen. But let me make sure that we still have the sound because I'm on a different system today. And we do. Let me go over here. Play the song that you've been waiting for. Oh, wrong song. We already played that one. Here we go. Countdown, just like the old days. This Must Be the Place. Will Turner Strings Attached featuring Shawn Colvin, 2004.
Home, it's where I want to be. Pick me up and turn me round. I come home, I'm born with a weak heart. I guess I must be having fun. But the less we say about it, the better. Let's make it up as we go along. Feet on the ground, head in the clouds. I'm okay, I know nothing's wrong. Hi-oh, we got plenty of time. Standing here beside me, I love the passing of time. Never for money, always for love. I cover up and say goodnight, say goodnight. Home, it's where I wanna be, but I guess I'm already there. I come home, you lifted up your wings. I guess this must be the place. 'Cause I can't tell one from another. Did I someone asks, this is where I'll be. I'll be drifting and I'll sing into my mouth. 'Cause out of all those kinds of people, you got a face with a view. And I am just an animal looking for a home to share the same space for a minute or two. Will you love me until my heart stops? Will you love me until I'm dead? You got eyes that light up, eyes that look through. Cover up the blank spot, hit me on the head. Say goodnight. Say goodnight. Say goodnight. Say
All right. So if you enjoyed that, make a tip tonight. $20 or more gets you a CD. $35 gets you 2 mystery CDs. That is from this album, Collaborations, which you can get at our store, stringsattached.org. Love that song. Ended with Say Goodnight. And it was a fun gig. I remember when I got that gig with Sean Colvin to back her up for a Ballet Austin performance, 2004. Then I asked her, hey, can you do a show with us? She said, all right, but I only do one rehearsal. So we had one rehearsal on the day of the show. And wow, it was a fun show. Hello. You want to come in? Hi, Corlina.
Hi.
There's Corlina. I'm telling them about the
Where's
concert.
Kenda?
That was 17 years ago.
Who's Ken?
I don't know where Kenda is. So it was great being with you tonight, everybody. Have a great night. And we hope to see you next week for Strings Attached at Home. And we hope that you enjoy our albums that we have to offer. Take some time to sit down, listen to an album. And we're going to do an album listening party next week. Stay tuned. Thanks for being a friend of Strings Attached. Appreciate all your support. Everybody take care.